Welcome to the Shrewdness. We are so excited about this baseball-focused endeavor. As teased in prior episodes, we are doing 15 to 20-minute primers for each MLB team to prepare you for this 2025 season, to help you with your fantasy baseball drafts and future bets, or simply to improve your knowledge as the season begins. From the projected starters to the prospects, we will touch it all and give our shrewd takes on the key to their success. So sit back, take some notes, and enjoy the show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Shrewdness. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a historic episode of the Shrewdness. It is the 30th team previewed by the Shrewdness this year. 30th. Yes, that's correct. We have done all 30 teams. And this is the final team we're doing in this incredible feat of podcasting and thoroughly breaking down all 30 Major League Baseball teams. We saved the 30th for a reason. The last team we're doing is the San Francisco Giants, the team that tore our hearts out in 2014. 90 feet away from winning a World Series, and Madison Robot Arm Bumgarner pitched 8 games in a 7-game series and figured out a way to 35 innings, struck out 212 people, and tore our hearts out as Royals fans. So, you know what? As a result, you get to be 30. Dead last, Giants fans. Now, we're not going to be biased in this breakdown, but we did save you for 30th for a reason, and you should know that. And you should feel bad about it.
11 years later, take that.
Yeah.
I hate you. But we love you, San Fran.
But one of my favorite ballparks in all baseball. I will say that. It's phenomenal. So, leading us through today, it's the one and the only, the incredible, the indubitable, the fabulous Jonathan Dexter.
Wah, wah, wah.
Woo!
Thanks,
Wah, wah.
Great intro. San Francisco Giants of the 10, 12, 14 World Series champs. They're not that
Even
anymore.
years, they were on fire.
Even years, they were great. You had Lincecum. You had that one guy I'm blanking on.
Yep. He was a
the guy that
beast.
was really good?
That guy was awesome.
Yeah, he was great. He was actually who everyone thought was better. But then Lincecum did fall off the cliff, and so he did disappear.
Yeah.
They actually have a show. There's I think it's a Netflix show or something, or ESPN 30. I just saw it.
Mad Bum. You had that one, wiry lefty guy that would stand up there and bat like crazy man. What's his name? Hunter or something or other.
Oh, yeah, with the high socks. Hunter Pence.
Hunter Pence.
And then Pablo Sandoval. You guys love Pablo.
The Panda.
And Buster Posey. I think he's actually got he's got like a front office gig for you guys now. But Buster Posey is a stud. Yeah.
He was a stud.
So all that being said.
So which of those guys are still on the team?
Absolutely none of them. So let's get to it. All right. So last season, we always like starting there. They finished 80 and 82, fourth in their division. And sorry, San Fran, that's probably exactly where you're going to finish again, because you're not going to be better than the Dodgers, not better than the Diamondbacks, not better than the Padres. Mm-hmm. But thankfully, the Rockies still exist and don't do anything right.
That's right.
You got fourth locked up, baby. So last year, Fangraphs had them at 85, Pacoda 81. You actually finished 80, so you underperformed last year, San Fran. You probably know that. I'm not telling anything you don't know. The over-under for Vegas, they had you 83.5, so a little bit under.
Yeah.
This year, they don't even think it's going to be that good. So 81 for Fangraphs, down 4. 77.9 for Pacoda, so down 3. And Vegas dropped you 4 as well, down to 79.5. And you think, why the heck would they do that? Do they not know we got Willy Adames, the best free agent shortstop available?
Come on.
I mean, that's like a 42 WAR player. I know.
Yeah.
I'm with you, San Fran. You did add. You got a little bit better. All right, but let's just go through it. So they have $177 million payroll. So it's down from 206. So they signed a humongous free agent deal and trimmed the payroll. Whatever that means to you, we'll let you figure that out as we go.
Yeah.
But this is their starting lineup, friends. And like I said, by the time we get through it, you're like, yeah, I kind of get it, Vegas. You know what? I kind of get it. So Lamont Wade Jr., awesome, starting you out.
Hey,
so he's going to be your
Wade Jr.
first baseman. He is not Will Clark, man. He's not that. He's not that. Lamont Wade Jr. is going to be starting you off. Willy Adames in the 2-hole, so he's going to be really good. Shortstop, you got no issues there.
I like
Jung-Hoo Lee, he's a left-handed bat that you guys signed last year for $113 million. He is going to be playing center field, and hopefully he actually plays this year for you because if you recall, he only played 37 games last year, and then he tore his shoulder. So he's in your 3-hole. Matt Chapman's going to be cleaning it up. So he's in the 4th at third base.
I know that guy.
Whole bunch of gold gloves. He's great. Then Heliot Ramos. So he is your 2017 first-round pick. He's finally up. There we go.
Yes.
It just takes a little patience every now and then. He had a great year last year. We'll talk about him. Mike Yastrzemski. Not Carl. We talked about this in the Patreon. That did not play for the Cardinals or the Red Sox. This is Mike Yastrzemski. Same last name, is related, but that is who is manning right field. Wilmer Flores in the 7-hole is going to be DHing most nights. Patrick Bailey, switch-hitting catcher. He's going to be batting 8th most of the time. And bringing up the rear, second baseman Tyler Fitzgerald is going to be 9th for most nights lineups. So let's go through these guys and see what we got. Lamont Wade Jr., left-handed bat, 31 years old, slotted for first base. He did have a 2.1 WAR last year. Just wasn't really what you want, though. So for your first baseman, corner infield, he batted 260, 380 on base. Now, that'll play. There's nothing wrong with that. And
That
761 OPS, that's not the worst. But it's this next one. 8 homers, 34 RBIs.
That's a Mark Grace home run total right there. That's a first baseman.
Limited number of games, 117, but
that is not a limited number.
Well, I mean,
that is like the good guys hit 10 home runs a month. Like 8 for the whole year.
I know. I'm saying full season. Even with a full season, that only projects to like 13.
Yes.
Maybe.
That is the one. I mean,
those are Ken Harvey first base numbers right there.
Yeah. And I know. So here's what's kind of funny about Lamont Wade Jr. So he had like a very good hard hit percentage. So what hard hit percentage is, for those that don't track it, it means 43% of the time when he hit the ball, it had a 95-mile-an-hour exit velocity. So he tattooed it is really what it means. So 43% of the time, he tattooed the ball. But he only had 8 homers. It's like, how does that equate, man? It's like he's just hitting line drives in the gap, I guess. I don't even know.
Or right at people.
Or right at people. Shortstop, like, I got you. Ooh, that was a fast one. 102 right in my glove. So he's not the future. He's barely the present. But until their top prospect, Bryce Eldridge, comes up, which we'll talk about here in a minute, he is exciting. He's just filling a spot. So we're going to call him Replacement Wade for right now.
And he's started out blistering, hitting 105 this year with a 145 OBP. So his beginning of the year is not promising.
Yeah, so that's the start. But let's go to Willy Adames. So Willy Adames is the exciting part of the offseason for you guys out there in San Fran land. He's a right-handed bat shortstop that you kind of stole from Milwaukee. They needed him, but they don't have him anymore. He had a 3.1 WAR last year, 251, 331 OBP, and a 794 OPS. But listen to this, though. You got a guy who had 32 home runs, 112 RBIs, 21 stolen bases. So you got yourself a 30-20 shortstop, boys. I mean, that's pretty good. Fine. Yeah, not a lot of them. I mean, of course, we have one of Bobby Witt Jr., but not everybody has one. Not everybody has one.
No, that's right.
So he will strike out a lot. And I know, Prue, you're looking at that number like 173 Ks. That's a lot.
I don't like it.
I don't like that number.
It is a
a high
lot.
number.
It is a lot. But from 23 to 24, his hard hit percentage went up 4%. Ground ball actually down, so he started elevating the ball more, which probably why he had 32 dingers. And he did finish as a top 5 fantasy shortstop. And like I said, a 30-20 guy, which is pretty elite. And there are not a lot of those in the game today. And he's one of them. He's age 29. So they got a good one. My deal, I don't know if I would have necessarily done a 7-year contract, but I get it because that's the only way you're going to get him. But 7 years, 182 mil.
It's a long time for a 29-year-old shortstop, right?
It is, because you probably got 4 of those that'll be really good. Maybe he'll be the exception to the rule, but they don't usually get better at 35, 36, 37 as a shortstop.
No. Not a lot of Ripkins out there.
No, there is not. So next, left-handed bat, Jung-Hoo Lee. He's 26-year-old center fielder they brought over from the Korean Baseball League. You didn't really get to see him last year. You wanted to see him because you spent a lot of money on him, but you didn't get to.
Spent a lot of money on him.
So in very limited appearances, he batted .262, .310 on base, .641 OPS, only 2 homers and 8 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. So he's on pace. He's a 2-2 guy last year for you.
Yeah.
But he had 13 Ks.
There's not a lot of 2-2 guys out there.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of them.
But he's an elite contact hitter, though. He really is. So he had an 8.2 K percentage. I mean, when I go through this list, 22,
That's
25,
crazy.
24, 26, 26, 22, 31. He's
8.2.
8. So he is going to put the ball in play, and he hits the bejesus out of it. So what's funny, so you signed your big Willy Adames deal, right? Well, funny stat. He's got a higher exit velocity than Adames, and it's a lot. It's like 88 to 90. That's a big difference. So he hits the crap out of the ball, but it must all be on the ground because none of them left the yard. But he should be pretty darn good. But he tore his left shoulder. So Laberman his left shoulder last year, ended his season very abruptly and very short. But he's back. He's healthy. I'm hopeful he does well for you guys. I mean, he spent a lot of money. But Jung-Hoo Lee should be an exciting player.
He started off the season quite well. He's hitting .333 on 48 plate appearances, so it's a good start for him. So he's getting on base, .375 OBP, start of the year. So good start.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's see if he can keep it up.
Yeah, and like he said, in the Korean Baseball League, he was always in double-digit walks. So he's normally going to be able to get a good at-bat, see some pitches. He's not going to strike out. He's going to move guys around. He's going to get a lot of hits. I mean, this should be a guy they expect to bat upwards of 300, having upwards of 350, 360 on base. So you guys should have a good one there. So Jung-Hoo Lee could be a lot of fun to watch this year. I'm looking forward to watching him to see what he does. Yeah. So that brings us to the cleanup hitter, so Matt Chapman. So those of you might be like, Matt Chapman's over here? He is. So he was with the A's, and it was him and Matt Olson on the corners, and they had a good young team. But like the A's will do, they get rid of everybody that's good. Just like Tampa does, just like Miami does.
That's right.
So some of these teams don't keep good players. Matt Chapman is a 5-time Gold Glove All-Star. He just hits the ball really hard.
Dude's got the pedigree.
He does. So average exit velocity for Matt Chapman, 93.2 over his career. He just craps on the ball. So he hits it really hard. But last year he had a WAR of 7.1.
I had no idea.
Yeah, a lot of it's defense, because you hear the offense like, it's not bad. It's 247, batting average 328 on base, 790 OPS, 27 dingers, 78 RBIs, 15 stolen bases. Bad. That's pretty good. But it's just, he's so elite at third base. He's just, he's got the hot corner locked down. And the thing is, he's been competing against Nolan Arenado the last couple of years and winning it. So that tells you all you really need to know, because I think
strikes out a lot, though, man.
He does. That's kind of a trend on this team. There's a lot of Ks.
What's he looking like so far?
High K percentage. And a lot of low walk percentage. So it's not a good combo. Like, Lewis would hate this team. Like, all they do is K and they don't walk. Like, he doesn't get to do a Santana emoji ever. It is what it is. But whatever. Matt Chapman, he's a solid player. Very good real life. Very good fantasy. He's going to be pretty solid. He cut down his K percentage actually, so he dropped it down a couple percentage, and his walks actually went up.
Cut it down to what, 23%?
Yeah, I know,
like
that's what's funny. He cut it down to 24.4.
I'm doing some quick math. Lamont Wade and Willy Adames and Matt Chapman are striking out more than 30% of the time combined so far this year.
Oh, wow.
40 strikeouts and 119 at-bats.
That's
Better
not
be getting a
best.
lot of home runs for those swings.
Yeah, I hope so. So all the fans in the front row are very cool right now. Very cool.
Right.
So let's go to the fifth spot in the lineup. So fifth spot is Heliot Ramos, right-handed bat.
Or Heliot,
25-year-old.
as I like to call him.
Or Heliot. He's
Yeah.
Heliot Ramos.
Oh, he's already got 14 strikeouts.
Oh,
Yeah.
So left field, he had a 2.3
Man.
WAR last year. Slash line at 269, 322, 792 OPS, which is great. And 22 home runs, 72 RBIs. You're like, oh, Dex, that's not that good. What's all the hubbub about? Well, he didn't get called up till May 19th. And he is still second on the team in homers last year. And
That's pretty impressive.
he just finally got the opportunity. So I actually saw him.
He's a homegrown dude. First rounder.
So I think their AA team is it's for Virginia somewhere. I think it's in Richmond. And I watched him play there.
It's a long way from San Francisco.
It is. And that was his third year. So he was, I think, 20 the year I watched him. And I was like, oh, he should be up any time. Then 5 years later, he probably comes up. It's like, wow. It took a long time to get up there. But regardless, he got up at age 24. And in an 82-game stretch, he cranked out 20 homers. What's the quick math on that? Yeah, you double. That's about 40 homer pace. So he's got some talent. And the San Fran is hoping that he delivers early in 2025 for you, though. So if you bought last year's run, so far this year, you guys are kind of on a dang it train. But like I said, I think he's got the talent and the pedigree to do something. So let it play out. If someone's
It's early.
Yeah, if you can probably trade him for pennies on a dollar right now, do it. Go ahead and scoop Heliot and throw him in there. Because people give up on people in fantasy way too early, and it's always stupid, and then they take off. And
That's
I think
very
Ramos is
true.
one of those guys that's going to do great. So feel free to go scoop him. All right, so let's go to number 6. Mike, not Carl, Yastrzemski.
Don't call me Carl.
That's
Yastrzemski.
right. Carl. Not Carl.
Yeah.
So Mike
It's an awfully
Yastrzemski-
large shadow to have to play under.
Isn't
I would
it?
say.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, who's your grandpa? Carl Yastrzemski.
Carl Yastrzemski.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think Mike Yastrzemski, he's done very well for himself. So he didn't get to actually.
He has.
Yeah, his major league debut, I think he was 28 or thereabouts.
He was late. He was a late bloomer. He's only had 5 years of service time, and he's 34.
Yeah, so that must be what's up. I know it was late.
Yeah.
But he's left-handed bat. He plays right field. He plays a good defense. 2.1 WAR. To be dead honest, I'd rather have Mike Yastrzemski than Hunter Renfroe 10 out of 10 times. I would love to have
100%.
Mike Yaz. So last
100%.
year, and even saying this line out, you're like, why? Because you guys don't know Hunter Renfroe. 231 average, 302 on base, 739 OPS, 18 homers, 57 RBIs.
Yeah.
He stole 3. I mean, he's not there to go steal bases for you. But he has a limited ceiling, but he's consistent.
Yeah.
He's going to be 230 to 250. He's going to give you 15 to 20 homers. He's going to knock some people in. I like him. I like Mike Yastrzemski. I think he could do way worse.
He's starting out the season blistering. He's actually his OBP in 39 plate appearances is 462.
Wow.
So dude is getting on base almost half the time to start the season. Now that'll cool off, but hey, it's a great start for him.
It is, and I love to see it. I like watching Mike Yastrzemski play. I think he's got a good story. It's fun, and I know every now and then, especially when he goes to Boston, his grandpa's out there in the stands. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Mike Yaz, I think he's pretty solid. The next one up, so their 7-hitter for most times is going to be the DH. And like Cincinnati, I don't know how much of a designated hitter he is. He's just filling a spot.
Yeah.
So Wilmer Flores, right-handed bat, 33-year-old, a minus 0.6 WAR last year. Which is why I'm saying you could probably find anybody, a warm body, that fill that spot and do better. But 206, 277, 595 OPS, that is very replaceable.
Yeah. And he's very feast or famine. He's a guy, if you look at his career, like he goes on actually, I was just looking. He started the season, he's on one of these home run tears. He's got 5 home runs already.
Does he really?
Start the season. He's got 5 home runs. But
he had 4 all of last year.
His OBP is 304. So, like, he's hitting a home run, or he's not getting on base at all.
Or he's doing nothing.
Yeah.
At all. And he's not, like, if you have him right now, trade high. Because this is not going to continue for 33-year-old Wilmer Flores. He's not gonna pace out 5 home runs every 2 weeks.
If you need to stream somebody, I guess, in your DH spot, he's not the worst, but I wouldn't count on him as a viable option all season long. Let's put it that way. So last year, he only played 71 games, but they weren't very good. It was 71 ugly, unproductive games. So that's what we got. Wilmer Flores. Ride the hot streak while you got him.
Right.
So let's go to the catcher. So Patrick Bailey is kind of a bright spot. He's a switch hitting
catch.
Yes, he's a switch hitting 25-year-old catcher, a Gold Glove winner, baby. So I always love having solid D behind the plate, and I mean, as the Cardinals enjoyed for many, many years, and as the Royals enjoyed for many, many years, and still are enjoying. We had Yadier Molina, Salvi Perez. It's really nice having a super good catcher. Like, I don't know if he's going to be super good, but at least he's defensively good, and that's also nice to have. Is. And at 25, he's got some time to grow into the bat, but he's not horrible. So last year he was 234, 298, and a 637 OPS. He got you 8 homers, 46 RBIs. Like I said, he got you that Gold Glove, which is nothing wrong with that. And here's the thing to be excited about San Fran is he cut his K rate, raised his walk rate, raised his hard hit percentage, raised his exit velocity last year. So he's trending all the things you want him to trend up or trending up. All the things you want to trend down are trending down.
That's right.
And his defense is elite. So you have a very good catcher, and he's young. And that's something to be excited about. And
yeah, I agree, Dex. This was one of the guys that stood out when I was looking at the lineup because he is a very good catcher, and the challenge is obviously when you have a good catcher, most of the time, defensive catchers are not good with the bat.
Yeah.
If he could be league average with the bat, it would be a huge, huge deal for them. And he's only 25. So this will be a really interesting season to watch him because he is a former first-round draft pick.
Yep.
He's got a lot of upside. If he could get the bat to come alive this year, he could be a staple for this team for a while.
It is. And I don't want you San Francisco fans to get excited and think, you mean we have another Buster Posey? No.
He's not Buster Posey.
That guy was, as you know, kind of a unicorn. I mean, he was phenomenal. Batting champs don't show up at catcher very often. I mean, Joe Mauer was one. They're kind of playing at the same time. Those two unicorns butted heads. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
No.
So normally they look like this. So Patrick Bailey, be excited. You got a Gold Glove catcher that's going to help your pitching staff. Yeah, they're going to kind of need some help.
A switch hitting catcher.
That's
too.
it.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, Sandy Alomar. Actually, that's probably a pretty good comp, really, if he has some wonders.
It's a great comp, it seems like. Yeah. He could upside a Sandy Alomar.
Yeah, that's not the worst thing ever. That'd be pretty good.
No.
All right, so 9th, rounding out their order, Tyler Fitzgerald, so a 27-year-old right-handed bat playing second base most of the time. He had a WAR of 2.8 last year, 280 average, 334 on base, which is pretty good. 831 OPS, very good. And 15 homers, 34 RBIs. It doesn't sound like a lot, but their offense wasn't really that good last year. So, I mean, 34 RBIs, it's hard to knock in people when they aren't on. And he stole 17 bases, too, so he's really a 15-17 guy in only 96 games. So there is upside there. His biggest issue.
Dex.
Yes. You see it? Do you see it outlined there in bold and red?
So would it be good or bad if I struck out a third of the time?
That is the bugaboo for Tyler Fitzgerald. He's up there. Okay, so everyone that's watched Major League, Serrano, right? All right, Eddie, that's
He
enough
needs some hats
fastballs.
for his bats.
He needs hats for bats. He needs Joe Boo in the locker room because this dude can't hit a curve. And
Ooh.
if you fall behind him because your curveballs miss 1, 2, and 3, and you got to throw a fastball to get over, that's
He's
when
all
he hits
over
out
it.
of the park. That's when he hits out of the park. So he was a 2020 guy at both AA and the next season at AAA. So it's not that he can't hit and he can't steal. He has that talent.
Yeah.
He's got some big holes when a breaking ball shows up for a strike.
When you get over 30% in strike power rate, that's rough.
I mean, they're not throwing a fastball past him, but guess what?
Yeah.
Most major league pitchers can throw a different pitch for a strike.
He wants to go against Brady Singer.
He
That's
does.
who he wants to go against.
Yeah, they need to play Cincy in the Great American Ballpark in the summertime, and he's going to have a good time.
Absolutely.
But that 31.7 is hard to overcome because you could almost – no, you can never tolerate that. But if you walk more, at least to be palatable, like if you had a 15% walk
But does he
rate-
walk more?
No, he doesn't walk at all.
Does he walk more days?
So 6.5 walk percentage.
Oh.
It is the worst on the team.
Wow.
And that's saying something because
6.5.
these guys don't even walk. None of these guys walk. They just miss a lot. It's a lineup of hackers.
Ooh,
Yeah.
6.5 is brutal.
It's really low. just to throw that out. I guess Jung-Hoo Lee walks less, but he also strikes out 1/4 the amount of that he does.
Right, exactly. He
For every
gets on
100
base,
that he strikes out 25.
Right.
So you'll take
Totally.
that. So that's the lineup. The bench players, I'm not going to talk about them at all.
Wait.
Huff.
Can we just say one's name?
Which one?
I just want to say Chris Koss. Chris Koss will
make it. Joe. Koss make it. That is the one we need to do.
I'm telling you, if I'm running the PA system and at the ballpark,
Every
when
time
Chris
he
Koss
goes
comes
up.
up, his walk-up music is guaranteed. It's the same song. every time.
Absolutely.
Chris
That is
Koss
brilliant.
will make it.
I love it. Yeah, so, Christian Koss, Chris Cross. He's going to be their Sunday guy when they're resting people.
Sunday guy. He's a Sunday second baseman.
So he plays everywhere. I guess he plays infield, outfield. I don't know anything about him. So you can leave in the comments like, hey, man, Chris Cross is actually badass. You should have checked out some stuff.
Yeah, let's hear
Well,
it.
I
You think
didn't.
Chris Koss
So
is
let
worth
us
it?
know how good Chris Cross is. You can be talking about the band or the player.
He'll make you jump. That's
We'll
for sure.
leave it open.
Right.
All right, so let's pivot into. It's not a strength. They got two good guys.
No.
So here's the pitching staff. So Logan Webb is very good. So he was runner-up Cy Young 2023. He's an all-star and Cy Young.
He's excellent.
Yeah, last year he's led the National League in innings pitched 2 years in a row. So 216 innings in 23, 204 last year.
It's a lot of work on that arm, though. It's a little scary.
I don't like it.
Pruitt doesn't like it come draft time.
But Pruitt, here's what you will like: is he goes deep in games because he throws a lot of ground balls,
Okay.
and he doesn't strike out a lot of people.
Yeah, he's not a high K to 9 guy.
But he also doesn't walk anybody.
Right.
He doesn't walk anybody. So last year, for example, he pitched 204 innings. You're like, I should probably have around 200 Ks. No, he didn't. He had 172. But he only walked 50. So 50 people in 204 innings.
Yeah.
We'll take that to the bank all day. That's pretty good.
That's good.
So he is 3.47 ERA, 1.23 WHIP. He's not bad, man. He's really good. Logan Webb, that's an absolute number one pitcher. He's going to give you a long start.
And he's in the age 28 season.
Yeah, he's going to be in his peak. He's got 7 more years. I mean, pitchers go forever.
Yeah, it seems like he's been around a lot longer than that. To only
I
be
feel like
28.
he has too.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long he's been in. It's been at least 5 seasons, I know. But I don't know if it was before that.
He's got 5 years of Major League Service time. So, you
Okay.
nailed it, Dex. 5 years exact.
So Logan Webb, awesome number one.
And he's a homegrown talent. That's always fun.
He is. Yeah. No, he's real good. So number 2 in their rotation, Robbie Ray. So he was the 2021 Cy Young winner when he was in Toronto, if you remember.
Yeah.
but you probably don't
He
remember
went
too much.
to Seattle, wasn't he?
He
after
did,
that?
and then he immediately got Tommy John. So he missed all of 2023, most of 2024, and he
So did
came
he even
back
pitch
at
for
the end
Seattle?
of
He didn't pitch much for him, right?
it. No, he didn't. He pitched one season, I think.
Yeah.
And then season 2, like 3 games in or first game in, I don't think he made it through April. Is the short of it.
Yeah.
And then he tore it, and then he's out that whole year. And then I think he pitched a few games in September last year. So he's back. So his last full season was 2022. That's what it is. But his career, so I put kind of career number just so you know what you guys are getting. So a 3.98 career ERA, a career 130 WHIP, 11 K per 9. That's awesome.
That's
And
good.
a 29% career strikeout percentage, a 10% walk, so it's a little high but not horrible. Then his K to walk ratio is 2.87. So that's what they're looking for. He's got the potential of a Cy Young winner, which he's done. And that's what they're looking for. He's only 33, which, again, Verlander won a Cy Young at 39. So it's today's game, today's day and age.
Speaking of Verlander.
Yeah. Speaking of Verlander, they picked him up from Houston. So Verlander is their number 3-ish. I don't even know.
My goodness.
Yeah, he is
Father
not.
time.
Father Time won. Yeah, Father Time is kicked him in the face.
Like at some point, it might be time.
I think it's time to hang the cleats up. So he's 42 this season. He had a minus 0.3 WAR. He is 5-6, 90 innings last year. It was an injury-riddled, IL-ridden year. And Houston fans were like, not at the beginning it wasn't. I know. He did all right at the beginning. So up until May, he was actually pretty good. I think he had a mid-3s ERA. But then he went on the IL. He came back. He sucked. And he went back on the IL. And then he got even worse. A 5.48 ERA, man. A 138 WHIP. Down to 7.4 Ks per 9 for Justin Verlander. Come on, man. That's just not the same guy. And just
I would like to say it started better this year, but it hasn't. His ERA in his first 2 starts is 6.92. So he's given up 16 hits in 13 innings.
Well, hopefully he's at least teaching some of the younger pitchers in that dugout and in that bullpen. So this is for the younger fans out there. If you're just getting into baseball, like, who is Justin Verlander? Well, they got this 42-year-old fossil on the team.
Right.
This is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He's amazing.
He is a 9-time All-Star, MVP, 3-time Cy Young winner, and he was runner-up 3 more times. So Cy Young 2 3 times, Rookie of the Year, Triple Crown winner. And there must be something in that Detroit water, man, because it's been Justin Verlander, and then Tarek Skubal did it last year.
Yeah.
You may have heard of another guy, Max Scherzer, also
he's
came up
decent.
to Detroit. So they've developed pitchers in Detroit.
And he's entering his 20th Major League season as a starting pitcher.
Yes.
So this is like Nolan Ryan, because this isn't like Charlie Huff, who's throwing knuckleballs out there every day. This is a dude that has relied on the fastball. So he is much more akin to a Nolan Ryan in how he's approached his career. So the fact that he's still around now, I loved watching Justin Verlander in his prime. He was freaking awesome. He was just like crazy. But I really hate it when guys like don't know when, because then you start to get sad. And I don't want to be sad for Justin Verlander. He's had a great career. He's married to a supermodel. I don't want to be sad for him. So, a couple more starts maybe, and then tip the cap, Justin. And, somebody will hire you as a pitching coach immediately.
Absolutely. And here's what's I looked at this and I just couldn't believe it was right. Because he's been, as good as I just gave you all those stats and numbers in career, first ballot Hall of Famer, he only has 262 wins. And I say only because 300 is kind of the standard. And they used to get that. Like, people could pitch a normal 15 to 18 seasons. We just said he's in his 20th season. He's at 262. And he missed a year for Tommy John, got it, and kind of missed another half. But he's been pretty durable, for years, and really good. Not just durable, but elite. One of the best pitchers in the game. I don't know if we're ever going to see 300 wins again. If Justin Verlander's not doing it, who is then? And I don't know. I mean, what do you think about that in today's game? We've kind of taken away a category from pitchers because we pull them in the 5th or the 6th all the time. After
gone.
100 pitches, they're done. They're done. We can't go through the lineup the third time.
Right.
We're never going to see it again.
Not to mention that you've got 5 and 6 man rotations in some cases now. So, like, they used to be on the bump every 4 days.
Yep.
Now they're getting less starts. They're going shorter in their starts.
Mm-hmm.
I think the new standard is going to be 250 wins, maybe 225.
I think it's going to be even lower. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean 300 wins is 15 wins a year for 20 years.
God.
Almost nobody pitches 20 years. And really 15 wins, for the reasons you just kind of said, are starting to be the new 20
so what's
wins.
15 proof? 15 wins a year for 15 years. That would be
225.
probably...
Yeah.
That's probably the standard now.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's hard to do.
And 15 wins, I mean, you got to be on a decent team.
You do.
That's
you're
right.
You're gonna, even if you're an ace, you're gonna struggle to get 15 wins on a crappy offense team. So you got to have.
I mean, Logan Webb was
luck factor on your side too.
Yeah, Logan Webb got
Webb.
13 last year.
13 last year.
And he pitched a ton, so he was actually getting the decision most of the time. That's 23 decisions out of his 32 starts.
You got to stay healthy enough to get 15 wins a year. I mean,
and be good.
There's
now
Verlander has. I mean, you look through his.
He's got some
career,
multiple 20-win seasons too.
Yeah, 17, 18, 19, 18, 24, 17, and then you jump down to 5. And 2020 was
hurts.
1, and 2021 he didn't pitch, and so it's just like consistency for a long time and be on a good team, not have injuries. Like there's just a lot of things that have to go right just to get over 200 wins.
Yeah, I just don't think we're ever going to see that again. I think it's a dead stat.
I don't either.
And so
Nolan Ryan, 324 wins.
Yeah.
But also
like
had
that
250 losses.
Yeah.
Exactly. Blyleven kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Like he's like a 500 guy with 300 wins and 300 losses or something.
Right.
Different era.
Yep.
But I just wanted to highlight that, see what you guys thought. But yeah, I just think it's got to be 225. It's got to be kind of the new standard. And I don't know. 300 is just going to be a unicorn. There's no way.
I don't think we're going to see any 511 win careers like Cy Young put out there.
Yeah, that was already done. That disappeared many moons ago.
I don't think. Although I will say it does put into real crazy perspective. Greg Maddux had 355 wins.
No way.
355 wins.
He was
Roger
winning
Clemens,
like 20 games a year.
354.
Yep.
But the last guy, I mean, Tom Glavine, Randy Johnson hit 300.
Well, Randy threw so many complete game shutouts, it didn't matter. He's like, no one's coming in for me.
Right.
As we
he had
talked
303 wins.
A previous episode, he was getting 300 innings.
Right.
Now 200 innings is it.
But the highest in recent days is Verlander, 262. You go before that, it's Mike Messina, 270.
Wow.
You know?
Current.
So it's...
How about current players? I'm looking at the list right now. Current players, pitchers with greater than, let's say, 120 wins.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Of how many there are.
Kershaw.
Kershaw's for sure probably number 1.
Kershaw is number 3. Verlander's number 1.
Oh, he's 3.
Oh, Verlander, yeah.
Scherzer
still rolling, yeah.
Scherzer's number 2. Kershaw's number 3. So those 3 all have over 200 wins career.
But none of them are going to get 300 or even close.
Then,
nope.
The next highest active player, 153.
Wow.
It drops off quick.
Who's 153?
Garrett Cole.
Okay.
Oh.
God,
153.
153?
And then
now he's got Tommy John. He's out for the year, so he's out for a year and a half.
I'll be somewhat shocked if you get the next 2. Well, you'll get one of them. 138 is the tied for 5th.
138.
That completes the list. Everyone else active has less than 120 wins in their career.
So, okay, what was the number?
138.
I'm trying to think some old starters right now as I go through my list.
Chris Sale.
Chris Sale.
Very good. He's the lefty. There's a righty with 138 career wins, and I will be shocked if you actually get it. It's probably not on your radar.
Is he still he's still pitching right now?
Yep.
Yu Darvish?
We have talked about him in a previous episode. It's not you, Darvish. He is 110 career wins.
How about... I'm going to go Zach Wheeler.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Another good guess. 104 career wins.
Oh my gosh, he's only got 104.
This guy has 138. He's a right-handed pitcher.
Maybe it's Nate Eovaldi.
Nope.
He's been around a long time. He's like 36.
Yeah, right?
I'm going to give you another hint. This is going to probably give it away.
Aaron Nola.
He pitches for the Baltimore Orioles in
Baltimore's
2025.
got it.
Charlie Morton.
Charlie Morton.
Oh my gosh.
I had no idea he had that many career wins.
Me either.
I would not have guessed him in the first 20 guesses.
Yeah.
Charlie Morton. Who knew?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, San Fran, we digress.
Until you said Orioles, there's no way I would have guessed it.
Keep in mind, Justin Verlander, 262, and then 5 pitchers later, it's 120 or 113, I think.
Wow.
God, people aren't even going to get to 175.
Yeah, so even 175 is going to be pretty elusive for future Major League starters, I think.
Yeah, you got 3 guys that are over 200 right now. And most of them are unicorns. Like, they don't pitch like they did when they started. Like Kershaw, Scherzer, and Verlander were back at the beginning of that era where you pitched more and you pitched longer.
I think there's too many injuries in today's game for anyone to ever get it again, because you lose too much in your prime years with Tommy John. There's 2 years gone.
Yeah, you miss your 26 or 27-year-old season.
And there went 30 wins.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're not giving them 30 generally in your late 30s. I mean,
you might win 12 games a year or something when you're later career, but
and we need a knuckleballer. We need a knuckleballer.
Tim Wakefield. Yeah.
We need a knuckleballer to come back into the picture.
Well, that might be the answer. All right. Yeah. Well, they're not having a knuckleballer as their next pitcher. So let's jump back in for you, San Fran.
But they might as well.
They might as well. So the next guy up is Landon Roop. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he's a 26-year-old right-hander. He only started 4 games for you last year. I think he was in the bullpen most of the time. 3.58 ERA, 137 WHIP, which is very high. He strikes some people out. He's fine. But it seemed like he was bouncing back and forth between San Fran and AAA last year. They were absolutely exercising his options. I don't know. I don't know how solid of a grasp he has on that rotation spot, but there's not a lot challenging him either.
Right.
So Landon Root. That's all I'm going to say on him. And 5th, I'm going to say even less. So Jordan Hicks. So right-hander, 28-year-old. He came out of the Cardinals organization.
I was about to say, he was a Cardinal, right?
Yep, a reliever, by the way. And so they signed him to a 4-year, $44 million deal last offseason. And then he just wasn't very good last year. That is what the question everybody asks. Don't know. But 4.10 ERA and a 1.45 WHIP. That sounds pretty awesome. No.
1.45 WHIP. Wow.
It's disgusting. So he was actually very good at the beginning of last year. So San Fran fans out there like, listen, man, he started out great April and May. I know, he did. What happened the rest of the year?
Exactly. Unfortunately, the season continued after
so then the summer hit, and he fell off a cliff. He hit the IL a few times. He does not inspire confidence either. So
your 3, 4, and 5 seem to be holes.
Yes. I mean, you have a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's not that guy. You got 2 randos. They're basically relievers that you're now starting and counting on. Even in that ballpark, man, you still have to strike people out and get outs. So I'm not overly optimistic, but call me a pessimist. Whatever. I just don't believe. I don't believe.
That's a rough staff.
But the bullpen,
your top 2.
So I'm going to transfer over to the bullpen here. I think it's a pretty good bullpen. I think it's a pretty solid bullpen from kind of top to bottom. So Ryan Walker's their closer. He took over the job for Camilo Duvall last year when he started struggle bussing. And here's the thing with Duvall.
He did struggle bus.
It is.
I remember this last year.
So Duvall was someone in fantasy circles. You were taking him because he was San Fran's closer in a good ballpark, right? And for a couple seasons in a row, he was really good. So he led the National League in saves with 39 in 2023. And in 2022, he was actually pretty darn good. But last year, he just started getting hit a lot and walking everybody. And he got demoted. He got sent back to the minors, and Ryan Walker took that role. So he started on making the roster, got more and more high leverage situations. He was just elite. He was super good, and he ended up being the closer by the end of the season. And I think he closed out 10 games overall last year, but all those were in the second half post All-Star break for the most part. But Ryan Walker's awesome. So here's his line.
Yeah.
So because he was that leverage guy, he got a lot of decisions. So he actually won 10 games. He was 10-4 as a high leverage reliever and 10 saves. Wow. I think he had 14 holds too. So he was that guy last year. 80 innings.
For perspective, he has more wins than the last 3 starters combined did last year. So the 10 wins
right.
is more wins than Verlander, Roop, and Hicks had combined.
You said 80 innings pitched. That is a lot for a back-end reliever.
I would say, for sure.
Some 70s, maybe, low 70s.
Right.
It is. Pitch, but 80 innings is a lot for...
Yep. So he did a couple, multiple inning appearances, but he had a 191 ERA, a 0.85 whip, 11.1 Ks per 9. And so in those 80 innings, he struck out 99 dudes and only walked 18. That's a 5.5.
I know why he pitched 80 innings now.
Yeah.
They're like, Ryan, again. Ryan.
Hey, we actually could win this thing, buddy. Get in here.
Yeah, the other guys are like, hey, we're out here too. No.
The other
just
one.
Ryan.
I want Ryan. Yeah. But
Camilo Duvall's like, I was good, remember me?
Yeah. So Ryan Walker's awesome. If you have him on your fantasy team already, you're very happy. I know I have him, and I'm very happy. So Tyler Rogers, we talked about his brother Taylor on the Reds episode.
Tyler Taylor.
We listened to that the other day. So Tyler is the brother, and this guy is good. So he's 34-year-old right-hander, and he's just everyday Eddie, man. He's rubber-armed Tyler. So he's led the league in games
Eddie Guardado
3 times in 7 seasons. And he had a 2.82 ERA, a 1.03 whip, and he doesn't strike anybody out. That's what's kind of funny. It's only a 6.5 Ks per 9. He just puts the ball in play, and he's going to put the ball in play. So 51 strikeouts in 70 innings, not very impressive, right? You only walk 6 times. You ain't not getting a free pass. Put that's
awesome.
Contact ball in play.
I absolutely love that out of a reliever. I freaking hate it when my reliever comes in and walks the first guy they see. It's the worst.
And the ball's in play, so he's probably getting a lot of double plays. I couldn't find that stat. I was actually trying to look for it.
Yeah.
But if you only have 6 walks, he's probably coming in high leverage situations as well. He's turning 2 all the time. So he has an 8.5 K to walk. It's not because his Ks are great.
That's a dream reliever.
It's because his walks are so low. It's crazy. But his career, so in 7 seasons, his career ERA, 2.88, and a 1.128 whip, 3.67 K to walk. And again, he led the league in games pitched 3 times. He's just out there all the time. It's like, well, we can't get to Ryan.
Yeah, the cool thing is if you go to the game, you're probably going to see Tyler pitch.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Odds are good.
Which is insane.
6 walks in 77 games. That's basically a walk every month.
That's insane when you put it like that.
We use the walk. We used our walk this month.
Yeah.
I know. We can't use one until next month, Taylor.
I got to look now. Have you walked anybody yet this year?
You're right. Seriously. That's crazy.
But so that's Tyler Rogers. And then Eric Miller. So he's the lefty that's going to be coming in. Right now, I think he's the only lefty in the pen. And again, write in the comments if I missed this, but I didn't see another one. I didn't try that hard, to be dead honest, but he's the one that was listed. So Eric Miller, 27-year-old, and he was not bad. So his deal is he strikes out a lot, but he walks a lot. He's the opposite of Tyler Rogers. So he's going to strike a ton of people out, but he's going to put the rest of them on base at first. So he has a 30.6 K percentage. Like, wow, that's amazing. I mean, not quite as good as Tyler Fitzgerald's K percentage. That's right. You're tying it all together here. And don't worry, his walk percentage is also better. 13.4% walk rate. But this guy, he's top 30 in the league in ground balls induced, so that's very good for your relievers. And he's used as an opener. So when they did the random opener that Tampa Bay made popular, he opened 10 times last season. But he also had 14 holds, and he was a high leverage guy. But not when people are on base. Like if the bases are full, you're not going to old Eric, man. You're like, do not walk in that run.
Yeah, right.
So it's not going to him. But if it's a clean slate and you can walk 3 in a row and not be in trouble, he may well strike out the side still.
So what happens when Eric Miller goes up against Tyler Fitzgerald?
There's a 66% chance of a K. That's what I'm seeing happen. I'm adding them up. That's probably not statistics, but I believe it's going to be a statistic.
Right.
But that's what we got. And then Camilo Duvall, we talked about him. He was very dependable for multiple years, and he was their closer.
Yeah.
But he's now going to be the setup guy. But that being said, I think he already has – I know he has at least 2 saves this season, and it's basically because Ryan Walker is already used, and there's a day they couldn't use him. So he's going to be that guy when Walker
there's
is
5
unavailable.
saves between them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's what we got. And then the other 2 dudes that'll get some time are Lou Trevino, no clue who he is. Hayden Birdsong, don't care. I'm sure he's
Lou
fine.
Trevino's a hell of a golfer.
Hell of a golfer.
Oh, wait. Oh, and that's Lee Trevino. Sorry, Lou Trevino. Yeah,
That's his.
right.
That's his
Sandwich.
distant uncle is Lou.
That's right. With the ass. With the ass.
Right.
Uncle,
And then Hayden Birdsong. That's a phenomenal name. I'd love a Birdsong.
Hayden Birdsong. I'll talk about him real quick. So he's 23-year-old right-hander. He started 16 games for him last year, so he had 72 innings pitched. His issue is just a ton of walks. So 88 Ks and 72 innings, like that's pretty good. 43 walks in those 72 innings. So when you compare 43 versus Tyler Rogers' 6, you can see where the problems might arise. And just too many people on base. And then a base hit suddenly turns into a run, and that's how you get a 4.75 ERA. So
that's right.
I don't know how long a rope Landon Roop and Jordan Hicks have, so Hayden Birdsong may well say, screw you, Dex, I'll be pitching by next week. These guys suck.
Right.
And he might be right. So I could see him making the rotation, but be careful what you wish for.
When you have a few pitchers that are replaceable, they can be replaced.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That tends to happen. It tends to happen a lot when you have a lot of replaceable level players. You see a lot of them.
So let's jump into the prospects real quick, and then we'll jump up to the final question. So the prospects, they do have a couple really good ones. The most exciting one for San Francisco fans out there is your first baseman, much like the Royals, who we have Jack Caglianone. You have Bryce Eldridge. So first baseman, he's a lefty who's just gonna crush the ball. So he's only 20 right now. They expect him to be up probably next year. So he's in Double-A right now. He's the organization's number 1 prospect. He's 23 overall in MLB. He's got a 70 on the old power tool. And again, Jack Caglianone is also a 70, and that dude's hitting 464-foot homers for the Royals.
Yes.
In Double-A. So that's what we got going on right now. So he won USA Baseball's Best Player in 2022. He's a 2-way player. He's not going to be pitching, though, for you guys, but he was throwing mid-90s as a pitcher in high school. So that's the talent you have. So your first baseman is going to be throw a laser to the pitcher.
Right.
That's
Right. Yeah.
But the thing is, he does have some swing and miss in the game, but there's a lot of first basemen made that work. I mean, Aaron Judge has made swinging and missing look cool with winning Triple Crowns and hitting 50 to 60 homers a year. And that's what this guy potentially has the chance to do. So you can get your hopes. I don't know. I feel pretty good. I mean, who's in his way? Lamont Wade Jr. So I don't feel like there's too much of a roadblock there. I think you'll probably see him.
I feel like we're gonna get a lot of comments from Lamont Wade Sr. about this episode. I don't think he's gonna be pleased with the way that we portray. Guys screwing with my son. It's not cool.
That's right. Sorry, LeBron. Not Stephen A. though. It's just what it is. I'm not saying your son sucks. He came up with the Twins. I like Lamont Wade Jr. But he ain't no Bryce Eldridge. So Bryce Eldridge will be coming up soon, San Fran, and be excited. Be excited.
Yeah.
And then the only one I'm really going to hit up next is Carson Wisenhunt, left-handed pitcher, because we kind of ridiculed your bottom of the rotation.
They could use some
pitching.
pitching.
Guy can help.
Yeah.
Use a lefty.
Right.
Yep. So he's a
lefty.
24-year-old lefty. He's in AAA right now, so he's on the doorstep anyway. And the scouts think he has a mid-rotation ceiling, but guess what you need right now? Mid-rotation.
Hey, perfect.
So you got
right.
number 1 and number 2 locked up. You need a 3. And
right.
apparently he's got one of the best changeups in all of baseball, not just in the minors.
Okay.
All of baseball. Like his whiff percentage was, I think, 50%. Swing and miss was like 48%. That pitch plays. And so the issue is his fastball is not really that good. It's like low to mid-90s. I guess he can crank it up to 96. And then he's got some control issues every now and then. So he can have some runs where it's like, oh, he can't find the plate. But
yeah,
that awesome.
That changeup, the tools on the tools rate, his changeup is an 80.
Wow.
That's right.
That's pretty good.
An 80.
And
For perspective, his fastball is a 40. His fastball is a 45.
Wow.
And his changeup is an 80. So
that matches kind of what the description said then.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So in worst case, you've got a phenomenal reliever to add to that bullpen, but I think he's going to be a good starter. And at 24, all he's got to do is kind of lock down control, and he's going to be really good, I think. So Wisenhunt, keep him on the radar. Watch him in AAA. He's probably going to be up soon because, again, Landon Rubin, Jordan Hicks.
He's going to have opportunities.
And Justin Verlander may tip the cap and walk out here in May. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
He's probably got too much pride for that, but he may have an injury.
He'll battle.
We'll find.
That's right.
Shoulder tweak. Who knows?
That's more likely.
Is your San Francisco Giants. Let's go to the over-under this year, 79.5. Woo! I don't see it.
What do you think?
I don't see it.
What do you think?
I think they're going to be a mid-70s team. They do not have the pitching. Logan Webb and Robbie Ray cannot win that many games.
Yeah.
And even if I give them 20 each, and it's absurd in today's game, there's no way. I don't see it. Their bullpen's good, but they're not going to have the lead very often because their team offense isn't that good. It's not horrible. Don't get me wrong. We've definitely documented worst offenses during these 30 teams.
Oh, for sure.
It's not the worst at all. It's probably, 20th. There's multiple teams below them, but there's a lot of teams above them too. But I think Adames, Lee, Chapman, Ramos, Yastrzemski is a solid base of 5. There's no superstars in there. I mean, Willy Adames is not a superstar. A 30-20 guy is great, but we've talked about tons of those guys.
Yeah.
And there's just too much swing and miss in this team's lineup. They don't walk enough. They don't see enough pitches.
That's what seems like the major Achilles heel. They don't have anybody who's going to work a count and get on base. It's like you got to string together a lot of home runs.
That's it.
Right? That's a rough way to scoop.
Major league players get out 7 out of 10 times or more.
Yeah.
And the difference between winning a close game and losing a close game is productive outs. Right? You make a lot more productive outs than you make hits.
Yeah.
That's right.
You
a
have
sac
potential
fly, bringing in the runner at third with 1 out.
Right. And so I see all the strikeouts. We haven't really focused on strikeouts with other teams, so I really don't know how they compare. But
this is a lot.
And I took a brief look around the league, just some other random teams on how they've started the season this year, and no surprise, they're striking out more than anybody else that I happen to pick through anyway.
Yeah.
So that's the difference in my mind between an 80-win team and a 72-win team.
Yep.
Is lack of productive outs and winning close games. You're giving up a weak run to somebody else when you can't squeak out a weak run yourself with a productive out every now and then.
Those weak runs count.
They
exactly the same.
Right.
That's the thing.
I just don't think they're going to have as many as the other teams. And like I said, the bottom of the rotation is trash. I just don't see them competing.
Those extra inning games where you're gifted a guy at second base. If you can't move him over and get him in, you're going to lose.
Lee's get him to third. Can I get him over to third? Right.
Especially the bullpens in this league that are going to be going against them.
Yeah.
They're going to strike these guys out. They strike themselves out. They just don't see enough pitches.
Yep.
So
that's right.
that's kind of my take with the Giants.
I
Anything
agree.
else you guys want to add to this team before we wrap her up?
Nope.
No, it's been an excellent run. If you guys have listened to all 30 episodes, you are incredible. We have loved doing all 30 episodes. This has been so much fun. And maybe the editing not as fun. Maybe that's not as fun.
No, some of the teams are just brutal, but we have a good time.
Some of the teams were brutal to talk through. I'll tell you guys though, if you've even listened to one of these and you've enjoyed it, we have regular episodes that we do weekly. We'll talk about a variety of sports, whatever's cool around going on at the time. We'll hit it. We have fun doing it. We're a little bit different than anybody else out there that does it.
Yep.
And hopefully you guys enjoy it. We'll get real heavy into guillotine fantasy football. So if you've never done that, please check it out this year for the first time. We're going to be the best source for that, without a doubt.
Yep.
And we'll always have you up to speed on all the big sports and the stuff that's going on. And hopefully you'll have some fun and laugh with us. So like, subscribe, flip it to a friend if you've enjoyed it. Say, hey, check this out. It's pretty cool. We'd appreciate it. We love doing this. We love getting to hang out together. We love talking sports and having fun. So hopefully you'll be a part of that moving forward.
Absolutely. Well said.
All right. Well, until next time, you know what we say. Stay shrewd.
Stay shrewd.